Go.
Morning progress.
Great day to one and all. Welcome to this beautiful Sunday evening, and hopefully, we are all set for the September 2024 licensure examination for professional teachers or LAPT review for mathematics majors. So, last week, we were able to give you the diagnostic test, right? And that's 200 items. And our goal for the 5 sessions is to discuss 40 questions or the rationale behind the answers for those 200 items in a span of 5 days. So this means we will discuss 40 items per meeting. And before we start, let us all be reminded that we are in the most holy presence of God. Lord God, Heavenly King, Father and Lord, we worship, praise, adore, glorify, love you. Thank you for this opportunity you have given us to gather virtually through this Zoom meeting and review. We are hoping and praying that as we are about to start the meeting, may you give us a good start and hopefully we will be able to produce not only top-notchers, not only passers, but also we will produce citizens that will be of benefit to the community. All of this we pray in Jesus' name. Amen. Okay, magandang gabi po sa ating lahat. And hopefully we are all set. Okay? So our goal tonight is to discuss the first 40 items. And the instructions is shade the letter of the correct answer. If the correct answer is not found among the choices, we have to shade E. Okay? So in this case, you were able to take the said diagnostic test via quizzes. So I hope that you are ready with a copy of the tests and hopefully let's check kung ano po yung ating kung ilan kaya makuha nating score. So out of 40, dapat po maka at least half po tayo ha. So that we will if you get at least 20, that means you passed. But if we got less than 20, then probably it's also high time na magbigay po tayo ng ating best, no? Or let's say to review more, no? Para sa let natin this coming September 2024 po. So I hope that we are all ready. Let's have item number 1. Okay. He is considered the founder of trigonometry, but is most famous for his incidental discovery of the precession of the equinoxes. Who is this person? Is it A, Hipparchus, B, Pythagoras, C, Euclid, or D, Thales? Okay, so who do you think? Please chat. Pakilagay po ng ating sagot sa ating chat. Okay, I could see that many of you answered letter, may sumagot ng D, may sumagot ng letter C. Okay, D raw. Okay. Ay, iba-iba po tayo, no? May sumagot ng A, may sumagot ng D, may sumagot ng C. Parang wala akong nakitang sumagot ng B. Now, sige nga po. Tignan po natin, sino kaya ang tamang sagot? Ang tamang sagot ay, let's see kung tama kayo ha. Okay, so Pythagoras, he is actually famous for his Pythagorean theorem. Okay? So di ba yung c squared equals a squared plus b squared natin? O yung if you square the length in a right triangle, the square of the length of the hypotenuse is equal to the sum of the squares of the two legs. Is it C, Euclid? Euclid is actually associated with the elements, no? So it's a collection of many books regarding different types of mathematics that were known in the ancient times. And when we speak about Thales, no, so he is one of the 7 sages of Greece, and the correct answer is actually Hipparchus, letter A. So Hipparchus was a Greek astronomer, geographer, and mathematician. He is considered the founder of trigonometry by some, but is most famous for his incidental discovery of the precession of the equinoxes. So Hipparchus was born in Nicaea, Bithynia, and probably died on the island of Rhodes, Greece. So to those who answered letter A, good start. But if not, okay lang po. So laban lang po mga kaguro. Okay? All right, letter A. Number 2. What do you call symbols that represent numbers? Are those ordinals, scribbles, numerals, or cardinals? If we would write our answer po, may I suggest that you write the item number? For example, number 2, A, 3, something like that po, no? Number 2, letter C daw. Ang sabi ng madlang people. Tama nga kaya o may sumagot naman ng D? Okay? And the correct answer po is C nga ba? Does majority win? Let's see. And ang tamang sagot ay dan 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 numerals po. So numerals are symbols that represent numbers. Letter C. So marami po tayong types ng numerals, no? Halimbawa, so kapag yung gumagamit ng mga letters sa ng some of the letters of the English alphabet, we call them Roman numerals. So ito naman yung sa Greek. Sa Egyptian, iba din po yung itsura niyan, no? So kapag sa Chinese naman po, yung mga Chinese, siguro kung familiar kayo sa Mahjong tiles, yan po no sa characters. So mga Chinese po yan no, yung iba. So therefore, yung ginagamit po naman po natin na usual like this one po na symbol, these are what we call Hindu-Arabic numerals naman po. So iba-iba pong symbol pero magkaparehas po ng quantity yung kanilang nire-represent. Letter C. All right. Number 3. The earliest form of numbers were tally marks found on prehistoric. Is it A, bones, B, temples, C, mud, or D, paper? So history of math po muna tayo for today's video. Sabi ni Ma'am Elisha, ni Ma'am Rose, letter A daw. Sabi ni Ma'am Emma, ni Ma'am Frisha, ni Sir Teacher Casper, ni Sir Marvin. Nako, nga kaya, bones. Okay? And bones is? Nako po, tama po kayo. In fact, no, so if you could see in this image, the earliest form of numbers were tally marks found on prehistoric bones and artifacts. So usually, if not sa bones, then you could see them no, sa mga pader. Yes, no? Okay. So sabi ni Ma'am Lizelle, Ishango bones. Grabe. Specific po. Grabe, Ma'am Lizelle. Naku, baka kayo ng next sa top notcher, ma'am. Push natin to. Okay? So usually, no, so yung may mga painting sila sa mga pader. So some of them would carve out notches. And those are actually manifestations of literacy and or numeracy in ancient times. Okay. Number 4. Which of the following is the Filipino term for mathematics? Is it A, log paulit, B, sipnayan, C, suksigan, or D, tumbasan? Sige nga. Grabe, confident sila. Letter B. And if you answered letter B, be happy dahil tama po kayo. Kapag sinabi po nating log paulit, yan po ay logarithm sa English. Sipnayan po talaga no ang Filipino term na based sa Tagalog no for the term mathematics. So usually sinasabi nating matematika pero sipnayan po talaga yan. Suksigan is actually the term for geometry and yung tumbasa naman po is actually equation. So letter B ang tamang sagot. Galing. So far, so good. Number 5. Which of the following is 79? Okay. Saan dyan ang 79? So this one is, what language po ito? Paki-comment nga. Anong language ito? This is Spanish. Tama. Dati yung Spanish, sardines lang sabi nila, no? Pero actually, joke lang, biro lang po. Ito naman, di mabiro. Okay? So saan kayo dito? So sabi niyo, letter B, yung sabi nyo ng madlang people. And how do you say this? This is actually 69. Okay. Be careful. 60 means 60. The 9 means 9. So that's actually 69. Tama po, 60, 60. Yung 7 po ay 70. Yung 70 ay 70. So 79 is 79. Yung letter C naman po ay 89. 80 is 80. And yung 90 naman po ay 90. 90. So 97 is 97. So tama naman po yung letter B. Okay. Tama. 80 from the root word ocho. Nako. Gusto ko yan, no? Yung mga 8-8 na mga dance moves dati. Wale. Okay. All right. So far, so good. Number 6. This mathematician is famous for the equation a squared plus b squared equals c squared, where a, b, and c are the sides of a right triangle, and c is the hypotenuse. Is it A, Anaxagoras, B, Euclid, C, Plato, or D, Pythagoras? Ay, grabe, Dad. Grabe kayo. Letter D yung sagot natin? Nako, kung sumagot po kayo ng D, di wow. Let's see kung tama kayo, okay? So, Anaxagoras is actually a Greek philosopher of nature remembered for his cosmology and for his discovery of the true causes of eclipses. So dati, may knowledge na pala sila kung paano nangyayari yung eclipse. Euclid naman po, no? It's famous for his elements. Plato is known for his famous work, which is The Republic, which details a wise society run by a philosopher. And the correct answer is actually Pythagoras, letter D. So in antiquity, Pythagoras was credited with many mathematical and scientific discoveries, including the Pythagorean theorem. So that is, if you have a right triangle again, kapag square po natin yung hypotenuse, that's actually equal to the sum of the squares of the two legs. So letter D ang tamang sagot, and I believe no that we are all familiar about this theorem. By the way, if I am speaking too fast, am I speaking too fast? Because if I am, no, so I am willing to adjust para ma-tone down po natin ng konti yung speed natin. Okay? Because it's kind of useless if I am too fast na hindi naman po maintindihan ng lahat. Okay, hindi naman. Okay, sakto lang. Sige po, thank you. Parang Coke, no? Sakto lang. Wale. Okay. Number 7. Thank you pa. Which of the following is one of the contributions of Archimedes? A, pioneered the study of graph theory. B, the equation V minus E plus F equals 2, where V is the number of vertices, E is the number of edges, and F is the number of faces. The most beautiful equation, which is E to the I pi plus 1, or is it D, the principle of buoyancy related to fluids? Sabi ni Ma'am Teacher Eileen, ni Ma'am Jonah, D. Pero dito may question mark si Ma'am Jessica, pero D din. Okay, D. All right. Ni Sir Marvin, D rin. And if you answer D, let's see kung tama kayo. Yung letter A, sorry, hindi po yan. Yan po ay attributed kay Leonard Euler. In fact, A, B, and C is that of are those of Leonard Euler po. The correct answer is letter D, related to the principle of buoyancy related to fluids. So yung eureka moment niya, no? Letter D. Okay. So if it's okay, no? It's okay. If you got the correct answer, good. But if not, this is a learning experience for all, no? And hopefully, na ma-prepare po namin kayo for the LET. Not only for the LET, but in real life as well when we become a teacher. It's okay lang po, Teacher EG, no? Kung mali, it's okay. At least alam nating mali. Ang hindi ko lang gusto ay alam nating mali, pero ipinagpapatuloy pa rin natin. Ay, ano daw? Number 8. So this is letter G. Hindi ko malilimutan, unang report ko sa college yan. Ay, sana all. Number 8. Who was the first computer programmer in the world? And believe it or not, babae po siya. Is it A, Ada Lovelace, B, Hypatia, C, Valentina Tereshkova, or D, Sophie Germain? Wow, letter A. If you answered Ada Lovelace, you are actually correct. She is the first computer programmer in the world, regardless of sex. Hypatia naman po is one of the earliest known female mathematicians who invented the astrolabe for ship navigation and devices for measuring the density of fluids. Si Valentina Tereshkova naman po is known for being the first and youngest woman in space, having flown a solo mission on the Vostok 6 on June 16, 1963. Si Sophie Germain naman po discovered the identity in her explorations related to Fermat's last theorem and primality testing. No? So if you are also aware, meron din po tayong factoring type no, na Sophie Germain na related or attributed kay Ma'am Sophie Germain. So letter A po ang tamang sagot. Okay, so far. Okay. Number 9. If x is an integer, which of the following is always even? Is it A, x squared, B, x cubed, C, 2x plus 1, or D, x times x plus 1? Okay, D daw, D. Okay, so if you don't mind po, paano po ninyo nakuha ang D? Did you do trial and error or did you really prove? Letter C, okay, may sumagot ng D. C, pero yung karamihan po sa atin ay letter by trial and error by calcu. Okay. Let x equals 1 daw. All right. Actually dito, kung gusto niyo no, pwede mo siyang i-prove via number theory. But again, this is the let. So actually what I did here is just I made some substitutions only. In fact, x squared and x cubed are odd when x is odd. For example, if x is equal to 1, 1 squared is 1, which is odd. 1 cubed or 1 times 1 times 1 is still, which is still odd. That's why, kapag nag-square ka, o kaya naman nag-cube ka ng isang odd number, parating odd number yan. Pero kapag yung base mo naman ay even natural number, sure po, magiging even din po yung square at saka cube niyan. So, 2x plus 1 is actually always odd. Halimbawa, if let's say x is an odd number, say 1. 2 times 1 is 2, plus 1 is 3, which is odd. Pili ka ng even number. Say x equals 2. So 2 times 2 is 4, plus 1, which is 5, right? So odd pa rin yan. That's why 2x plus 1 will always be odd here. Pero for x times x plus 1, kapag let's say nagpumili ka ng even number, say x is 2, magiging 2 times 3, which is 6, o even siya. Kapag pumili ka naman ng odd number, say 3, magiging 3 times 4, which is 12, which is even. So kahit dito sa x times sa quantity x plus 1, kahit odd o even man yung piliin mo, magiging even number talaga yung result nito. So therefore, x times x plus 1 is even when x is an integer just by utilizing some by substitution. So letter D ang tamang sagot. And if you got D, okay, push natin to. Number 10. Again po ha, take note. If you have a question or clarification, feel free to drop them in our chat. May simpleng technique po dito kung paano siya i-prove. Yung napakasimple lang po ng technique dito. First case is, if x is odd, di ba magiging odd plus 1, magiging even to. And any number multiplied by an even, any odd number multiplied by even will be even. Kung ang x mo naman ay even, so x plus 1 will be odd. And even times odd will still be even. Okay, so letter D. Number 10. There are 10 people in the market. How many handshakes will there be in all if each one will shake hands with each other exactly once? Did you go for 45, 55, 60, or 70? Marami pong paraan kung paano isolve ang problem na ito. You could use simply finding a pattern. You could use the combination formula. In my case for now, I look for a pattern. Halimbawa, kung isang tao lang siya, walang handshake na mangyayari, di ba? Kung dalawa sila, isang handshake lang po yung meron. That's for sure. And ang 1 na handshake could be expressed as 0 plus 1. Kung tatlong tao po sila, you can visualize hopefully, no? Kung tatlong tao po sila, may tatlong handshakes po lahat-lahat. But 3 could be expressed as 0 plus 1 plus 2. Kapag 4 sila, mayroon pong 6 na handshakes. You could verify that po, no? So, pwede yung, like, ang 4 na tao na yan, gawin mong points, tapos connect mo sila. So, sure po ako na 6 po yung makukuha ninyo. But 6 could be expressed as 0 plus 1 plus 2 plus 3. So, therefore, tingnan nyo po ha, kung isang tao lang siya, 0. Kung dalawa, 0. Nag-add ka from 0 hanggang 1. Kung tatlo, nag-add ka mula 0 hanggang 2. Kung 4 na tao, nag-add ka ng numbers, natural numbers, mula 0 hanggang 3. So kung 10 tao, what numbers are you going to add to determine the total number of handshakes? That is from 0 until 9. Tama po. So that's why this is actually an arithmetic series, no? For 10 people, you have to add the natural number, the whole numbers from 0 to 9. And this is an arithmetic series, so that's maybe you are familiar with the formula, no? That's number of n over 2 multiplied by the sum of a sub 1 and a sub n, where n is the total number of terms, a sub 1 is the first term, at saka yung a sub n naman po yung ating last term. So dito meron kang 10 numbers. So that's 10 over 2 times ang first number ay 0, yung last number ay 9. That's why 10 over 2 is 5. 0 plus 9 ay 9, and that's 45 handshakes. And I do agree, no, with also one of the comments of ng ating kaguro. Sabi ni Teacher EG, hindi po ako sure, Teacher EG, kung lalaki po kayo o babae, no? So I'll just call you Teacher EG. So the formula is n times the quantity n minus 1 divided by 2, where n is the total number of people po. Okay? And kung gusto nyo pong gumamit ng combination, pwede rin ditong 10 combination 2. Kasi sa isang handshake, 2 tao po yung involved. Kasi kapag 3 na yan, naku po, bawal po yan. Hindi po nagiging maganda ang relasyon kapag 3. Char lang. Wale. So sige. I hope na nakuha po natin ha. Again, there are many ways of doing this. I just did po muna the investigation process. And I agree, that's 10 times 9 divided by 2, as also suggested by Teacher Euclid. Sana all. Number 11. Look at the pattern po. If I have 1 squared equals 1, 11 squared equals 121, and 111 squared equals 12,321, what is 11,111 squared? Did you go for A, B, C, or D? That's why dito po, no? Dito po natin makikita kung naintindihan pa po ba natin talaga yung pattern. Okay, may sumagot ng A. May sumagot din naman ng B. Pero parang karamihan po ata sa atin ay sumagot ng letter A. Meron din sumagot naman ng C. Okay. Ito po yung technique. Let's see po kung tama, kung sino sa inyong tama. Di ba kung isa lang siya, 1 squared 1. Kung dalawa sila, 121. Kung tatlo sila, 111 squared, 12321. Tingnan po ninyo ito. Yes po. Ay, yes po, exponent po yan. Ay, okay. Kasi sa quizzes, no? Ay, okay. Yan po minsan yung nangyayari kasi, no? So, pasensya na po. So, sa quizzes po kasi parang mahirap po kasi siyang gawin. No? So, kung isa lang siya, 1 yung 1 lang. Kung dalawa sila, 2 yung pinakagitna. Kung tatlong ones ang sinesquare mo, 3 rin yung pinakagitna. So, dito, dahil 5 ones, 11,111 squared, ano yung pinakagitna? Basing on the pattern. Yung pinakagitna should be 5. That's why it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then papaba na 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So if you answered letter B, congratulations. But again, I cannot blame you po, no? Kasi sa paglagay po sa quizzes. Okay lang po. It's okay, no? The cold never bothered me anyway. Ano daw? Frozen? Number 12. What is the 8th number in the sequence? 1, 3, 2, 6, 5, 15, and so on. Ano po yung ika-8 number dito? Did you go for 42, 43, 44, or 45? Aha, may sumagot ng A. Pero meron din namang sumagot ng D. Ang mahalaga po dito, alam pa natin yung pattern. And the pattern is, from here mo, from 1 to 3, times 3. From 3 to 2, minus 1. Tapos from 2 to 6, ano kaya yung next? Times 3, minus. From 6 naging 5, minus 1. Nag-work kaya yung times 3 pa rin? 5 times 3, 15. Tama. So therefore, minus 1 yung next. So next would be 15 minus 1, 14. Tapos, times 3 ulit, we have 42. And since we are looking for the 8th number, since 42 is already the 8th number, so therefore, the answer that we're looking for is 42. Mga top-notcher na kayong lahat, push natin to. So congratulations. I hope na naiintindihan po natin yung explanation, okay? Kaligwak eh. Ay, grabe siya. Sige lang po, laban lang po. No? Ganyan po talaga ang buhay. Ang mahalaga po, hindi po tayo sumusuko. Ang mahalaga po ay patuloy po tayong naglalaban para sa ating mga pangarap. 13. A learner is still trying to figure out a formula that works on the problem. What stage of the investigation process is he in? Again trying out to figure out a formula. Meaning, naghahanap pa lang siya ng formula o conjecture. Is he deriving, proving, summarizing, or verifying? Okay, letter A ang sagot. If you answered letter A, I'm so proud of you. Tama po yung letter A. Kapag naghahanap ka pa lang ng possible relationship ng mga variables mo, or let's say naghahanap ka pa lang ng formula that could possibly relate your independent and dependent variables, o naghahanap ka pa lang ng equation, then what you are doing is you are actually deriving pa. No? Or kapag sinabi naman po nating proving, you already have the formula, for example, and you are just going to prove it, or let's say, to show it that it's true within its specified domain. Yung summarizing naman po is, you are just stating the main points or the major points ng mathematical investigation po natin. Kapag sinabi naman po nating verifying, you are actually checking if the conjecture is true for some cases. Halimbawa, is it true for the 5th figure? Is this true kaya if the n is equal to 7? Like that. So ang tamang sagot po ay letter A. All right, so far so good. Number 14. A learner restates the salient points of his mathematical investigation process. What is he doing? Again, restates the salient points. Is he deriving, proving, summarizing, or verifying? If you answered letter C, sabi ni Teacher Jason, ni Teacher Ann, ni Ma'am She, ni Sir John, ni Ma'am Eileen, at marami pang iba, if you answered letter C, naku po, you are actually correct po again. Letter C. And I was also able to explain yung mga parts na rin na to. So when we speak about salient points, so some of the important points of the investigation process, kapag inulit mo lang for your readers, and usually the summarizing part is towards the end na po ng ating investigation. 15. Which of the following refers to the exploration of an open-ended situation? Did you go for non-routine problem solving, mathematical problem solving, arithmetic juxtaposition, or mathematics investigation? Okay, convinced po ang ating mga kaguro? Karamihan po sa atin ay sumagot ng D. May mangilan-ngilan pong sumagot ng C. Pero most of you answered D. And a few A and letter C. And if you answered letter D or mathematics investigation, you are actually correct, no? In mathematics investigation, we allow students to examine situations using various techniques, and in the process of their exploration, develop skills that can be applied in solving problems. Yung mathematical problem solving po ay close-ended. Usually, may problem, sagutin mo yung problem. However, sa isang mathematical investigation po, meron kang situation, and out of that situation, you are free to choose certain problems na gusto mong i-investigate at ma-solve. So letter D po ang tamang sagot. 16. Idag ko po yan last year, char lang. To prove that P implies Q, a mathematician assumed not Q. This is red, no? This symbol here is red as not. So not Q, and arrived to not P. Yes, don't worry po. Recorded po ito. Lahat po, no? So you will be given the PDF copy of the PowerPoint presentation as well as the video of this recording. So don't worry po if ever we will miss out, no? Or let's say, yung signal, let's say minsan di po natin alam kung stable. Is it direct, proof by contrapositive, proof by contradiction, or mathematical induction? Okay? Letter C. May sumagot ng B. Parang hati yata tayo. B at saka C talaga yung sagot ng karamihan. And if you answer, it's actually letter B po. Be careful. They are different. In mathematics, proof by contrapositive or proof by the contraposition is a rule of inference used in proofs where one infers a conditional statement from its contrapositive. Diba? Kapag sinabi po natin contrapositive, halimbawa, if A, then B, ang contrapositive po nito ay if not B, then not A. Because a certain implication statement po sa ating logic, a certain implication statement is logically equivalent po sa kanyang contrapositive. That's why letter B po ang tamang sagot. 17. Okay, I'm sure marami makakakuha nito. If A equals B plus 1/2 equals B plus 3 all over 2, what is the value of A? Did you go for 1/2, 1/3, 3/4, or 5/2? So siguro yung iba dito nag-algebra, yung iba siguro nag-trial and error, di ba? So let's see kung si Teacher Jonah sagot niya D, si Teacher Marivic, si Teacher Early, Teacher Jason, si Teacher EG at marami pang iba. Tama nga kaya? So yung ginawa ko po is, since equal po yung dalawang to, yung gitna at saka yung pinaka-right, so in-equate ko po sila muna. Yung iba, okay, nag-trial and error daw. So from here, no, yung ginawa ko po ay I employed multiplication property of equality. Sabi nung iba, okay, cross multiplication. So halimbawa, so that ang numerator ng left side when multiplied to the denominator of the right-hand side is equal. Also, no, is equal siya sa product nito. Pero may iba din po akong ginawa. Yung ginawa ko po is, another way is, I made the left hand, this side, no, into a similar fraction. So the LCD is 2. Understood naman po na yung denominator nito ay 1. So 2 divided by 1 is 2. Times b, it's 2b here. That's why I have, for the left side po natin, naging 2b plus 1 all over 2 na lang po siya. And since both of them have denominator, yung right side naman po, kinopya ko lang. At since multiplying both sides by 2, no? Actually, it's not necessary. But anyway, I did cross multiplication, but it's actually not necessary. So 2 times 2b is 4b. 2 times 1 is 2. 2 times b is 2b. 2 times 3 is 6. So 4b plus 2 equals 2b plus 6. And this 2b here, magiging minus dito yan. Yung 2b na to, magiging minus siya sa left side. So 4b minus 2b is 2b. And yung 2 na to, magiging minus 2 yan sa left side, sa right side. So 6 minus 2 is 4. And dividing both sides by 2. So b is equal to 2. At dahil alam na po natin yung value ng b, so dito ko po siya sinubstitute to. I replaced, because a is equal to this value also. So 2 plus 3 is 5 over 2, and that's letter D. Galing. Trial and error, okay. No problem with that, no? So yung mahalaga naman po kasi sa board exam is makuha natin yung sagot. But of course, we're also trying to have this, no, yung long method, because when you become in-service teachers na po, hindi naman po natin pagagamitin ng calcu all the time yung bata. Okay? But don't worry po, no? You will have separate sessions with Ma'am Trilbe and Sir Toto, and they will be in charge of the calculator techniques. 18. Which of the following is equivalent to x raised to 0.25? Did you go for square root of x? Find fifth root of x squared? Fourth root of x? Or fifth root of x? Okay, letter C daw. Let's see if C is correct. So to make the long story short, the 0.25, right, is actually 1/4 when written as a decimal. And we have learned that if we raise a certain base to a fraction, the numerator of the fraction becomes the power, whereas the denominator of the fractional exponent becomes the index of the root. Therefore, it's understood naman po na 1 yan dito eh. The correct answer is letter C. All right. Fourth root of x. 19. If x raised to 50 equals 100, what is the value of what is the positive value of x raised to 25? Did you go for 5, 10, 25, or 50? Letter D daw. May letter C. All right. Thank you po, Ma'am Ano, for that one. Letter D, sabi ni Ma'am Jonah. Uy, di nga ba? Siguro yung ginawa ng iba, kinuha nyo talaga yung 50th root. Tapos, after mo kunin yung 50th root, ni-raise mo siya sa 25, di po ba? But actually, what I did here is, di ba? Ang technique is, ano yung i-divide mo sa 50? or ano yung i-multiply mo sa 50 para magiging 25? Di ba 1/2? Tama? You multiply 50 by 1/2, it will become 25. So yung ginawa ko po dito is from here, I raised both sides to 1/2 because our goal is to arrive to x raised to 25. And if you are raising a power to another power, you just copy the common base and multiply their exponents. So here it's x. 50 raised to times 1/2, it's 25. That's why the left-hand side simplifies to x raised to 25 po. And yung right side naman po natin ay naging 100 raised to 1/2. But if you are raising to 1/2, di ba nagiging square root of 100 yan? Using a similar rule sa number 18 po natin. And the square root of 100 is letter B. It's actually 10. So be careful po. So siguro yung ginawa ng iba, yung 100 din iba during by 2, that's why naging 50. But be careful po ha, we have to go back to the definition ng ating rational exponents. So, careful pa, ligwak yehe, yung masayang bumagsak, ay grabe siya. Biro lang po. Tandaan po natin ha, gaya po ng dati, bumagsak din po ako sa pre-board, pero nag-third place po ako buong Pilipinas sa LET, nasa secondary. So, hindi po katapusan ng mundo kung hindi man po tayo makapasa muna ngayon. But what is more important is that we are trying our best na matuto. Pero bakit ganon? Kahit ikatlong beses na, bakit siya pa rin? Walay. Huwag ganon. If y, sorry, if x is equal to y over 5 and 5x equals 7, what is y? Is it A, 7, B, 2, C, 28, or D, 14? Letter A nga ba? Let's see. So, ang technique ko po dito is yung given yung first equation, no? Na y-fifths equals x. By symmetric property, binaligtad ko lang yung positions nila. And here, multiplying both sides by 5, gusto ko lang masolve si y eh. I multiplied both sides by 5. So y-fifths times 5 is y. X times 5 is 5x here. And if you could see po, no? If y is equal to 5x, and yung 5x na to is equal to 7. Oh, so you see, if y equals 5x and 5x equals 7, then by the TPE or the transitive property of equality, we could say that y is equal to 7. Letter A. Correct. 21. 28 students passed while 20% failed in a departmental exam. How many students were tested? Okay. 28 students pumasa, pero 28% sa kanila ang hindi nakapasa. Ilang students yung meron sa class na yan? Okay, let's see your answers. I can help but see a lot of B's. Let's see if you got it right. So, di ba, if 20% did not pass, then meaning the whole is 100% eh. 100% minus 20% is actually 80% passed. And if we let X to be the number of students for now, no? Sabi sa problem, 80% ng lahat ng estudyante ay nakapasa. At 28% po sila. I mean, 28 po sila. Meaning to say, 80% ng X o 20% o 80% ng total number of students ay 28. And we know that 80%, no? 'Di ba? 80 over 100 po 'yan. Kung i-write natin siya bilang a fraction, this is 80 over 100, which simplifies to 4/5. So 4/5 of x equals 28. Multiplying both sides by 5, you will have 4x equals 28 times 5, which is 140. And dividing both sides by 4, you will get x equals 35. Hence, Meron po tayong 35 students sa class na yan. And I agree, no? I also appreciate the fact that Ma'am Ann shared with us, no? Gumamit siya ng ratio and proportion. Ma'am po yan, ma'am. Yan po yung kinagandahan ng math. Yung sa math kasi, iba-iba mang solusyon yung ating pinanggalingan, yung halaga ay papunta tayo sa tamang solusyon. Perfect. O sa tamang sagot. Pwede din po yung RPB. Okay. Yes, yung rate, proportion, yung base, no? And percentage. Tama po, Ma'am Serna. Thank you. If you are currently earning 22,000 pesos a month, how much will your new salary in Philippine pesos be if you are to receive a 4% increase next month? Hoy, sana all may 4% increase. Okay, letter A. Tama nga kaya ang A. Okay. If you answered letter A, di ba? Since you will have an increase of 4%, yung salary mo ngayon, 100% yan eh. So dagdag ka ng 4%. So all in all, 104% na siya ng current salary mo. But since yung current salary niya ay 22,000 pesos, so you will just multiply 104% to 22,000. And di ba kung magko-convert po tayo ng decimal, ng percent sa decimal halimbawa, so you simply divide it by 100 or you move the decimal point 2 places papunta sa kaliwa o sa left. So therefore, 104% is 1.04 as a decimal, and 1.04 times 22,000 gives us 22,880. So I'm very proud of you. Thank you po, Sir Teacher Ed E.G. Kung lalaki o babae kayo, di ko po sure. Ma'am Rose, PRT din, yung ginamit ni Ma'am. Yes, malay pong paraan. No? So thank you, and to those who got A, di wow, you got it right. 23. If A plus B equals 3 and AB equals 4, what is the value of A squared plus B squared? Is it 1, 2, 3, or 4? What do you think po? Kasi dito siguro yung ginawa ng iba is nag-trial and error. Baka naghanap kayo ng numbers, ng dalawang numbers na kapag in-add mo magiging 3 at saka yung AB magiging 4. Tapos na-realize mo, parang relationship ko pala siya. Ang hirap. Wala eh. But actually po, in this case, no, there is actually a way to do this without resorting to finding the exact values of A and B. May A, may B, may D, parang lahat po ata. So C lang atang walang sagot. So sumagot kayo, either A, B, or D. And may suggestion po dito, si teacher, saglit po ha. Ang isa po sa atin, no, si teacher Serna, na-square po natin both sides. And I agree. So yung technique po dito is, sa first equation po natin, na A plus B equals 3, square po natin yung both sides niya. Ang purpose po niyan ay para maging second degree din po, na polynomial siya. Magiging second degree din po siya. And take note, kapag ano pong ginawa mo sa kaliwa, dapat gawin mo rin sa kanan. So, if you square both sides of A plus B equals 3, so that would be the square of A plus B is A squared plus 2AB plus B squared. No? So, kung hindi po natin makaya, may FOIL method po tayo na pwedeng gawin. No? At saka, yung 3 squared naman po ay 9. Okay? Ang tanong, ano nga yung, di ba mayroon kang AB dito? Ano yung value ng AB? Di ba ang AB, nakalagay dito, ho? AB is 4. Therefore, ang value na to, di ba meron kang 2AB sa gitna? So yung AB ay papalitan po natin ng 4. So that becomes a squared plus 2 times 4 plus b squared equals 9. 2 times 4 is 8. So a squared plus 8 plus b squared equals 9. At dahil need lang po natin ng a squared plus b squared and we don't need the 8, subtracting both sides by 8 gives us a squared plus b squared equals 1. So I agree with Sir John Marlon. So letter A po ang tamang sagot. Nako, square, hindi niya raw na square yung 3. Sige lang po. Okay lang. Learning experience po. Okay, I hope na nakuha po natin mga kaguro. Nakachamba ang person. Sana all. Ligwa. Sige lang po. 24. The property of real numbers, which describes 5 plus 6 plus negative 3 equals negative 3 plus 5 plus 6. Did you go for reflexive, associative, distributive, or commutative? That's letter D daw, commutative. If you answered commutative, that's C. Kapag sinabi po nating reflexive property, any quantity equals itself. Halimbawa po, A equals A. Yung associative property naman po ng addition is, if you add A with the sum of B and C, it's the same as the sum of A and B added by C. Take note po ha, hindi po nagbago ang order niya, yung grouping lang po yung nagbago. At alam mo ba kung sino pang nagbago? Siya. Nagbago na siya. Wala na siya. Wala nang dati. No? Char lang. Kapag sinabi naman po natin distributive property of multiplication over addition, that's A multiplied by the quantity B plus C. So that's AB plus AC. Natamaan ka ba, ma'am? Naku, kung natamaan ka, ma'am, baka deserve mo yan. Char lang. Biro lang po. And yung commutative property naman po, it's A plus B equals B plus A. In the commutative property of addition, changing the order of the addends does not affect the sum. So clearly, dito po, if we let A equals 5 plus 6, and if we let B equals negative 3, you see, naging A plus B equals B plus A siya, which clearly shows or illustrates the commutative property of addition. Letter D. Magbago ka lang basta ako LPT. Nice. Ay, grabe siya. Gusto ko yan, okay? Sige lang. Kung iniwan ka niya, baka deserve mo naman talaga. Char lang. Or baka, I don't know, no? Ngayon talagang buhay natin. Kaka-cellphone mo yan. Nako, ito naman di mabiro. Tumpak, yehey! Yan po. Galing. Push. Factor. AB minus 1 minus B plus A. So saan dito ang tamang factoring niya? Sa 25. Letter A. Okay, tama nga kaya ang letter A. Yay or let's see. So kung hindi po natin alam kung paano ito i-factor, ang simpleng approach po is i-multiply mo. Mag-trial and error ka. Try multiplying any two, and if it results to the given, tama yon. But suppose you will not do trial and error. Ito po yung ginawa ko. I rearrange the terms. Because remember that rearranging the terms does not affect the value of a number, no? So I have it as AB minus B plus A minus 1. And yung ginawa ko po next is nag-grouping po ako. The first two terms will be one group. And the second terms, or the last two terms, I mean, will be another group. Tignan niyo po yung first two terms, AB minus B. Ano po yung greatest common factor nila? Ng AB minus B. Ano po yung GCF nila? And B daw, ang sabi ni Ma'am Emma. And you are correct. That's why dito I factor out B. And inside the parentheses, AB divided by B is A. Negative B divided by B is negative 1. And dito po sa A minus 1, without the GCF here is 1, no? That's why nilagay ko lang po dyan 1 times the quantity A minus 1. And tingnan niyo po yung dalawang terms. Ano po yung greatest common factor nila? Ng b times a minus 1 at saka ng 1 times a minus 1. Ano po yung greatest common factor nilang dalawa? Yung tama, yung nasa loob ng parentheses. Kasi yung a minus 1 ay common sa kanilang dalawa. Hence, factoring out the GCF, so factoring out a minus 1, b times a minus 1 divided by a minus 1 is b, that's why it's here, plus this expression divided by a minus 1 is 1. That's why if you answered letter A, I'm so proud of you. Thank you. So that's a minus 1 times the quantity b plus 1. But again, kung di mo alam kung paano ito gawin, trial and error ka muna. 26. Which of the following has a prime factorization of 2 cubed times 3 squared times 5 times 7? 2520, 2780, 28, or 2850? Letter A. Let's see if you got it right. So, ang technique po dito is kung ito po yung prime factorization niya, i-multiply mo na lang sila. So 2 cubed is 8. That's 2 times 2 times 2 or 8. Yung 3 squared means 3 times 3 or 9. Times 5 times 7. And just using your calculators gives you 2,520, which is letter A. Basic. Good. Oh, sa lahat ng sumagot ng A, naku, top notcher na po kayo. Passer na po kayo. Push natin to. 20, and let's do this. 27. Which of the following numbers can be expressed as a sum of 3 consecutive integers? Kapag sinabi po natin consecutive integers, halimbawa, no, they differ by 1 and they increase by 1. Halimbawa, 10 plus 11 plus 12. 7 plus 8 plus 9. Okay, ang sabi ni Teacher Marlon, 183 daw. Kasi pwede siyang 60 plus 61 plus 62. Alright, sabi ni Teacher Elisha Marie, ganun din. Let's see. Actually, yung ginawa po ninyo siguro, hindi ko po alam no, kung ano pong ginawa ninyo. Baka nag-trial and error po kayo. Maybe ginawa niyo po yung algebra. There are many ways of doing this eh. And baka what you mean po, Teacher EG, is divide by 3 po? Divide by 3 to get the middle number? No? So that's one way as well. In my case, if I let the 3 numbers be x, the 3 consecutive numbers be x plus 1 and x plus 2, kapag ginad mo sila, 3x plus 3 siya, di ba? Yung sum nilang tatlo. Because x plus x plus x is 3x, 1 plus 2 is 3. In other words, and you could see that the 3x plus 3 has a GCF. You could factor it no by taking out the GCF na 3 natin. 3x divided by 3, 3 is x. 3 divided by 3 is 1. And that's why I agree with you that the sum of any 3 consecutive integers is always divisible by 3. And among them, only 183 is divisible by 3. In fact, 60 plus 61 plus 62 po siya. And I agree. So congratulations po. Thank you po, Teacher Early. Di ko po sure kung lalaki o babae po kayo. Thank you po, Teacher Early, Teacher Rose, Teacher She, Teacher Euclid. As you pa yun? Marami kayo. Sumusobra na kayo. Tama na, Charla. Okay, so congratulations po at thank you po sa pagsagot. What if all choices are divisible by 3? So meaning may something wrong sa problem. Kasi dapat isa lang, no? Sa kanilang divisible by 3. Because if you have any number divisible by 3, it could be any whole number that divisible by 3, then that could be expressed as a sum of 3 consecutive integers. I hope I was able to answer your question, Sir Frank. All right. 28. The number of hours spent for review in algebra, chemistry, and English is in the ratio 4 to 3 to 1. How many hours does each student spend for chemistry in a 24 hours review package? Is it 12, 9, 6, or 3? B daw, 9? Almost, madami kayo ah. Madaming matatalino dito. Tama nga kaya. So di ba, 4 to 3 to 1, it means to say that the 24-hour period will be divided into 4 plus 3 plus 1 or to 8 equal parts po yan. In my case right now, I am doing a partitive proportion. And dito, it means that 24 divided by 8 is actually 3 parts, no? 3 R's, I mean, for every part. But since 3 parts are dedicated for chemistry, and there are 3 hours per part, so therefore 3 times 3 gives us 9 hours, which is dedicated for chemistry. So to everyone who got 9, shana all. Correct. 29. If m is less than 0 and n is greater than 0, which of the following is true? M plus n equals 0. M over n equals 0. 1 over m is less than 1 over n. Mn is greater than 0. Or D, 1 over m is greater than 1 over n. If you don't mind, ano po bang ibig sabihin kapag sinabi nating m is less than 0? It means that m is, kung less than 0, what kind of, okay, very good. Thank you po, Teacher Frank. It means that m is negative. Ano naman, thank you din po, Teacher Ann. At saka lahat po ng sumagot. Salamat po. Xie. How about yung letter n greater than 0? If n is greater than 0, what kind of number is n? Si n naman po ay positive. Tama po. That's why sa context ng problem na to, m is negative and n is positive. So dito po siguro you can do trial and error, no? So in my case, again, you are free to choose any positive or negative values as long as it will not result to undefined expressions po, okay? So in my case, I chose m equals -1 and n equals 1. Yung letter A ay magiging -1 over 1 equals 0. But -1 equals 0 yung lagay niya, which is actually a false, no? Kasi hindi po magkatugma yung left at saka right side. Hindi sila magkaparehas. Yung letter B naman, 1 over m is less than 1 over n. Naging 1 over -1 is less than 1 over 1, which is -1, which results to -1 is less than 1, which is actually true. Kasi lahat ng positive numbers ay mas malaki kaysa sa negative numbers. Yung letter C naman po ay magiging -1 times 1 is greater than 0. -1 is greater than 0 is mali po because lahat po ng negative numbers ay mas mababa sa 0. And lastly, if you have 1 over m is greater than 1 over n, yung lagay niya ay -1 is greater than 1, which is again mali. So, piliin mo ang tama, ako ang piliin mo. Walay. Letter B ang tamang sagot. Okay. So far, so good. Thank you po sa pagsagot. Yan po, no? Audience participation. Kung inyo pong, I don't know kung napapansin po ninyo or hindi nyo po siguro ito alam, yung ating dalawang coaches pa po, si Coach Toto, at saka yung number 1 si Coach Toto nung nakaraan. Tapos si Coach Trilbe, si Ma'am Isan, yung another coach po ninyo. They are both top 1s, no? In the licensure examination for teachers. And during our review session po, kasi math majors din po sila, they are very makulit. Or let's say, hindi pa makulit talaga. So sila yung tipong mahilig magbigay ng sagot nila. And they are also share yung mga solutions nila, no? So, wag po tayong madamot, no? Kung may share lang po, no? So, feel free to recite. Pero this time po, via chat lang. Kasi po dati, nung inalaw po namin silang magbukas ng microphone nila, naku po, ang gulo. So dito po kailangan i-close ko po yung microphone natin. So yes, you are in good hands po. Piliin mo ang tama. At kapag alam mong mali, huwag mo nang ipaglaban, please. Number 30. If 2x plus 4y minus 5z equals 19 and z equals 3, what is the value of x plus 2y plus z? Is it 5, 10, 15, or 20? All right. Ano pong sagot natin dito sa number 30? Di daw. Actually, siguro yung iba, yung ginawa nila is naghula sila ng value ng x and y. But actually, hindi, pwede rin naman po, pero hindi po siya, pero pwede po itong gawin without hulaing, without guessing for the actual values of x and y. Ito po yung ginawa ko. So here, no, sabi z is 3. So by substitution po, naging 2x plus 4y minus 5 times 3 equals 19. So this is 15, no? And add 15 both sides. 19 plus 15, magiging 34 po yung left side. Yung right side, I mean. So if 2x plus 4y equals 34, tingnan nyo po yung mga terms. 2x plus 3y plus 4y equals 34. Ano po yung greatest common factor ng mga terms? Tingnan nyo po. Okay, 2, di ba? So may nagsuggest dito na divide by 2 lahat, and I agree. Because all terms here are divisible by 2. 2x divided by 2 is x, 4y divided by 2 is 2y, and 34 divided by 2 is 17. However, yung sabi kasi sa problem, x plus 2y plus z. So nag-add po ako ng z both sides. So dito, from here, adding z both sides here po. And knowing that z is equal to 3 kanina, so yung z na to ay pinalitan ko ng 3. And this gives us that x plus 2y plus z equals 20. Letter D po ang tamang sagot. So congratulations sa lahat ng sumagot ng D. D na natuto. Char lang. D po ang tamang sagot. 31. The product of two-digit numbers is 351. What is their sum? So kapag minultiply mo, 351. Ano yung sum nila? So kapag in-add mo yung dalawang yan, ano yung sagot? So siguro, nag-trial and error po tayo, no? But actually po, yung technique po dito, in my case, is I use prime factorization, no? You could actually use factoring here. In fact, 351, I express it as in its prime factorization form as 3 times 3 times 3 times 13. However, nakasaad po kasi sa problem na dalawang two-digit numbers. So yung ginawa ko po is, minultiply ko yung tatlong 3's na to. 3 times 3 times 3 is 27, di po ba? So this becomes 27, and 351 is equal to 13, or to 27 times 13. And since both 27 and 13 are the two-digit numbers, therefore, these are the two numbers na hinahanap natin, and their sum is 27 plus 13, or 40. Letter C. Very good. Galing. 32. There are 9 people in a party and each one will shake hands with each other exactly once. How many handshakes are there in all? Did you go for 27, 36, 45, or 54? Okay. And remember, I mentioned earlier, no? The number of handshakes is? It's just n times n minus 1 divided by 2, where n is the number of people involved in a certain handshake. So with such, since there are 9 people, and by substitution, that's 9 times 8 or 72, divided by 2 gives us 36. Letter B. Or pwede rin, yung 9 times 8 divided by 2, no? Yung 8 divided by 2 is 4. That's why here. And 9 times 4 po is still 36. Very good. Letter B. 33. If 25% of a number is 50, what is 75% of the number? 75, 100, 125, or 150? Letter D. Siguro yung iba, hinanap talaga yung actual na number. But actually po, gaya po ng kanina, it's possible po na hindi mo hanapin yung exact number na yan. So halimbawa, so dito po yung ginawa ko, 25% of a number is 50, di po ba? So if that's the case, di ba 75% yung hinahanap natin? And to get 75%, di ba 25%, to make 75%, times 3 lang. That's why nag-multiply po ako ng 3 both sides of the equation. So 25% times 3 is 75% of a number here and equals 50 times 3, which is 150. So I agree, no? Tatlong 25% para maging 75%. And tama po ang letter D. 34. Take note po ha. Dapat ang goal po natin, hopefully, maka at least 20 po tayo. Hopefully. Certain amount of money was invested at 4% simple interest and it gained 500 pesos in a span of 2 years in Philippine pesos. How much in Philippine pesos was invested then? Did you go for 6,250, 6,500, 6,750, or 7,850? Letter A, 6,250 daw ang sagot ng madlang people. And I hope na matandaan po natin that, di ba, in simple interest, the formula po is I equals PRT, where I is the simple interest, P is the principal amount o yung amount na ininvest mo, R is the interest rate, and T is the time, which is usually expressed in terms of years. So, missing yung principal amount eh. Yun yung ininvest. Pero alam mo yung interest na 500. So, 500 equals the principal amount P times 4% na 0.04 times 2 years. That's why times 2. And yung right side po, if you multiply 0.04 and 2 and P, that's 0.08P. And 500 is equal to that. Since P lang naman yung hinahanap natin, divide both sides by 0.08 and that gives us 6,250. That is letter A. Meaning, 6,250 po yung ininvest para makuha yung interest na yan. Ang weird, no? Yun yung ininvest niya. Tapos ang interest niya pala iba. Wale, 35. Sa iba siya nagka-interest. Ay, grabe siya. Okay. After investing 20,000 pesos at 3% simple interest for X years, naging 24,200 po siya. What is X? Ang tanong, ano po yung hinahanap natin? Is it the interest, the principal, the rate, or the time? Ano po yung hinahanap sa problem na to? Time. Tama po. Time. Pero ang tanong, paano po natin kukunin ang interest? How do we get the interest po sa problem na to? Ano po yung, ilan po? Sige, ito po. Ilan yung interest sa problem na to? Ang interest sa problem na ito ay how much? Okay, I agree with 4,200. Because, di ba, tumubo siya. So to get the interest o yung tubo, we have to subtract the 24,200 by 20,000 and that's 4,200. And by substitution again to the in simple interest formula, that's 4,200 equals 20,000 times 0.03 na rate mo o 3% times X. And to get the value of X, just divide both sides by the product of 20,000 and 3%. And using your calculators, you see that X is 7, meaning you have invested the same amount for 7 years. Okay. 36. Mrs. Parisan would like to buy a divider at 50,000 pesos. She is required of a down payment of 15,000 pesos and she will pay the rest at 5% interest for 18 months. How much will her monthly payment in Philippine pesos be? Did you go for A, B, C, or D? Okay. Okay, I agree with you, Ma'am Ann, as well, no? That F is equal to, for the previous problem, no, that the final amount is equal to P times the quantity 1 plus RT. Tama rin po yan. Thank you po for sharing. So for 36, D, let's see. So dahil nakabayad ka na ng 15,000, so subtract that. It means na meron ka pang 35,000 na babayaran. And kung ano po yung natirang amount, yan po ang may tubo. So this is the 35,000 plus yung 35,000 times 5% times 1.5, ito naman po yung interest, yung simple interest niya. And if you add everything, like 37,625, yan po yung babayaran mo. Yan pa yung babayaran mong amount all in all. And since 18 months mo siyang babayaran, then Mrs. Parisan's monthly payment should be 37,625 divided by 18, and that's approximately 2,090 pesos and 28 centavos, letter A. And thank you po for sharing your answer at Teacher Euclid. Lalaki o babae po ito, hindi ko po alam. So thank you, no, for sharing as well your solution. And I think we have a similar solution also. Thank you po. Ligwak yehe. Masayang bumagsak. Grabe siya. But take note again, no, laban lang. Hindi mo natin nakuha, we will use this as a way for us to learn, no, better and become better. 37. After investing a certain amount of money at 8% simple interest rate for 5 years, my money became 35% in all. How much was invested? Ito naman, principal amount naman yung hinahanap. Did I invest 15,000, 20,000, 25,000, or 30,000? Okay, the answers of your classmates is 25,000. For this one, di ba ito po yan? So FA, or sa akin FA po yung ginamit ko. Sa ibang books, F lang yan. So FA equals P, this is the principal amount, plus PRT. Yung PRT naman, yung ating interest. Di ba? And if you could see po sa ating right side, ang greatest common factor po ng right side natin ay P. That's why if I factored out P sa right side, ito ay magiging P times the quantity 1 plus RT. And I think it's also the formula that was given by one of the future top-notchers ng Gurong Pinoy, no? Push natin to. Dapat push natin. Let's claim it. Divide both sides by 1 plus RT. So that's how you get the principal amount. So by substitution, that's again, the principal amount is final amount divided by 1 plus R times T. So it becomes 35,000 divided by 1 plus 0.08 times 5 equals 25,000. Therefore, 25,000 po yung ininvest niya at the start. Thank you po, Teacher Euclid. So you consider also po sa ating chat, no? Yung ginawa ni Teacher Euclid na solution niya. Take note, iba-iba man yung pinanggalingan, isa rin naman yung patutunguhan. 38. How much will an amount in Philippine pesos be after 5 years when 100,000 pesos is invested at 3% interest compounded annually? Nako, dito, we are now having compound interest. So paano kaya ito? I hope. Okay, letter C. C. Siya ba ang dahilan? Let's see. So ito po yung formula natin, no? So again ha, yung notation sa mga aklat, nag-iiba-iba po yan. So in my case, I will use the formula F equals P sub O multiplied by the quantity 1 plus R over S, and the 1 plus R over S is raised to S times T, where F is the final amount, P sub O is the initial amount or the principal amount na in-invest mo, R is the interest rate, S is kung what type of compound interest. If it is annually, S is 1. If it is semi-annually, S is 2. If it is quarterly, S is 4. If it is monthly, S is 12, and so on. And the T is the time in terms of years. You could also refer po sa ating chat, no, na provide po ni Teacher Euclid. Naku, pangalan pa lang. Matalino na. Gusto ko yan. Future top notcher natin to. Okay. So by substitution po, naging 100,000 times 1 plus 0.03 all over 1. Bakit 1 ang S? Kasi sabi sa problem, annually. That's why S is 1. Kung ano yung value ng S dito, yan din yung value ng S dyan sa itaas. That's why 1 times 5 years. And using your calculators, you will get a value which is approximately 115,927 and 41 centavos. Letter C. Nako, mukhang maraming top-notcher ngayon ah. Gusto ko to. 39. How much will an amount? So it's similar as well, no? In Philippine pesos be after 15 years when 18,000 pesos is invested at 2% compounded quarterly. Letter May sagot kaya dito o wala? Let's see kung tama. Okay, letter A daw. May letter C daw. Let's see. So again, using a same formula, ano pong value ng S dito? Kasi yung P or yung P sub O is 18,000. Yung R mo, 2%, 0.02 yan. Yung T mo is 15 years. So T is 15. Ano pong value ng S dito? Kasi sabi niya quarterly. So S will be equal to 4. Tama. So S is 4. And by substitution po sa ating formula, that becomes 18,000 times 1 plus 0.02 over 4 raised to the product of 4 and 15. And again po, no, kapag ginamit po natin yung ating calculator, magiging approximately 24,279 pesos and 30 centavos po siya. Check nyo po kung tama. I got letter A. Okay, so if you answered letter A, I'm so proud of you. Okay, top-notcher na kayo niyan. Okay, thank you po, Teacher Early, at sa lahat ng sumagot. And we have one more item for tonight. A certain product was given successive discounts of 30% and 40% in this order. Meaning, after mo bawasan ng 30%, yung deducted value, bawasan mo pa ulit ng 40% niya. Overall, the original price of the product was decreased by how many percent? Is it A, 30, B, 55, C, 58, o D, 70, or D, 70? Siguro yung ginawa ng iba, inadd niya talaga 30 plus 40, that's 70%. Ay, sana all. Pero sorry to say, it doesn't work that way. In fact, may shortcut po dyan, no? Ang technique po dito is by using the complements. And the formula here is 1 minus the product of 0.70 times 0.60. Bakit ganyan? Kasi kung 30% yung binawas sa kanya at the first stage, meaning you're going to pay 0.70 or 70% lamang ng product. Kapag 40% naman yung binawas sa kanya, meaning you still have to pay 60% of it, or that's 0.60. And yung technique po, kapag para makuha natin yung total percent in discount, no, subtract nyo yung product nilang dalawa from 1 or 100%. Okay? So yung nangyari is, meron tayong 1 minus 0.42, yun yung product nila. And that gives you 0.58, but 0.58 as a percent is 58%. Because to express a decimal to percent, you just multiply it by 100 and attach the percent symbol, or simply move the decimal point 2 places going to the right. So if you answered letter C po, I am very happy and proud of you. So let's do our best. Okay? Okay with that? That ends our review for tonight. So thank you very much and have a great day to one and all. Okay, if you don't mind po, pakilatag po ng score natin. Out of 40, ilan po yung nakuha natin? Don't be shy po, ha? Okay, oy, grabe, 35 si Teacher Marivic. Wait, check ko po yung mga ating mga, yung chat natin. Let's see kung ilan kayo nakuha ninyong score. Meron tayong, ay grabe, may 31, may 30, may 35. Ilan kayang highest natin for today? 32, 33, 30, 33. Okay. Sir Jesso, Teacher Sir Jason Santa Maria got 35 daw po. 35 din si Mama Rivic. Marami din po tayong 30 and that's a good sign, no? So, ay, okay, hindi naka-diagnostic test daw si Teacher Jomar kasi late. Sige lang po. So, hopefully po, no, don't worry the video po, no? And I think you could still get the set of questions po sa mula sa Gurong Pinoy. So, take note po ha. So, the passing is 20. Sakit po sa ulo ng 200 items ay grabe. Yes, I understand po. No worries po. But again, if for now hindi po tayo nakakuha ng at least 20, okay lang po. Basta try po nating bumawi. Ha? Laban lang po ng laban. So that ends our review for tonight po. And God bless po sa ating lahat. And have a great night. A great day, saan ka man ngayon, to one and all.